If you're wondering how a smoke break may affect your work with the legalization of marijuana, then an event at the Royal Hotel may be able to answer your questions. The Cannabis and Workplace Safety Conference will take place next Tuesday, and it will attempt to answer any questions on how marijuana will be dealt with in the workplace.
I think the conference is trying to reach out to a wide variety of individuals, whether they be in the workplace, whether it be in government. I think the subject matter of the conference is important, and it provides people with an insight into a subject that some people just really don't understand.
The conference will bring together medical and legal experts, as well as provincial and city developers, to talk about how companies in Lloydminster will be dealing with marijuana.
Well, I'm hoping to meet with like-minded people and people who are dealing with these type of legislative and policy matters, so that we can see how they're approaching it and see if our approach matches, or if there's opportunities for us to adjust what we're doing.
You can purchase tickets on the Eventbrite website at eventbrite.ca. A memorial hockey game to honor the late Jeff Torrey is set for this Saturday at the Service Sports Centre. Players are hitting the ice to raise funds for mental health awareness. Torrey, a local school teacher, passed away last year after battling mental health issues. The game will feature Torrey's friends and family members taking on the men's league team he played for last season. Event organizer and lifelong friend Derek Capel says hosting a hockey game to honor him was a no-brainer.
Hockey was life for Jeff and his whole family, Craig and Darren and Cliff and Vic. So all their life it's been hockey, and if it's in the Crescent playing roller hockey or out, just hockey all day long, that's what he would want to do. If he was still here, he'd be playing hockey.
Money raised will support Project Sunrise, a local mental health initiative trying to ensure people in distress can access help.
Mental health is kind of taken a forefront in our world in the last little while, and it's an important cause. So this is a good way to contribute to that and get involved in that through a sport that we all love and Jeff loved specifically. So
more details on how you can support Project Sunrise will be available at the game, and puck drop is at 7:15 Saturday night. Hypertension, also known as high blood pressure, affects millions of people across North America. However, there are straightforward ways to deal with the condition, starting by getting your blood pressure checked. Josh Ryan has more in this week's Healthy Living.
Widespread education on hypertension, where the average individual's blood pressure goes higher than 130/80, is limited, largely because of the lack of visible signs.
It is known as a silent killer, just that there's no pain or symptoms to this disease. So the only way to know if you have high blood pressure is to get tested.
Sprucewood Pharmacy recently held a free check-in for blood pressure testing as part of Hypertension Month, along with nutritional information. One of the biggest risks is too much sodium, as many people consume far more than the recommended amount of 2,300 milligrams.
Something like a canned soup, you're at about 1,000 milligrams per day for 1 cup of canned soup. So it's really easy to overdo that.
The starting point for reducing sodium is to eat less processed foods and try more home cooking.
Anytime when you're eating at home, when you're in control of the ingredients you're using, you're able to make it a lot healthier for you.
Stress has an impact in hypertension as well, though it's difficult to change.
It's not the easiest thing to just one day reduce the stress in your life, but it is something that does play a big factor in increasing blood pressure.
Other healthy choices can include exercise, particular foods, and paying attention to labels.
Definitely comparing your portions is the big thing, so you need to be looking at what you're eating and what that label's for.
And getting your blood pressure checked is not only safe, it's also speedy.
It doesn't hurt, does squeeze your arm a little bit, but it doesn't take too long, maybe about 10 minutes.
Josh Ryan, Newcap News.
This is Newcap Sports.
Barons Rugby is less than a week away from provincial qualifying games, and the girls' squad is in the midst of possibly its best season. Wednesday afternoon, Lance Phillips took in yet another lopsided score, but despite the full-on beating administered, there are still areas of concern.
With provincial championships looming, the Barons girls are gaining strength each time on the pitch. The team's latest win, a 101-10 drubbing of Meadow Lake on a sunny, hot Wednesday afternoon.
even though it was super hot, like plus 27, 28, we pushed it until the very end, and that's what I like to see.
I like the way on offense we set up with our pods for the forwards and our backs set up wide, and we did run some fancy plays with the backs, so it was nice to see some of our switches, loops, and pivots were there, and our ball handling was very strong again.
I think it's good. Like, I like it. We're definitely like doing a lot better than last year if I can compare the two. But I say we're doing good. I'd like to go up a little higher, I think, though.
And to reach that higher standard involves maintaining focus on the pitch. Focus that's easy to lose against lesser competition.
Our athleticism is very strong and our understanding of the game is quite strong. So the girls get into some bad habits and trying to break those habits, because it's easy in a game like this where we can have those bad habits and get away with it.
One habit haunting the Barons is their defensive structure. Drawing a straight line on paper is easy, but maintaining it during play, a challenging task.
Right now our defense is very bunched, and I want us to play flat line, spread out defense, because that's what we need at provincials. If we kind of play like that on defense in provincials, it's going to be a long day for us.
Everybody wants to be right there by the ball, but like sometimes you need to spread out and anticipate a pass that's going to come out, and you got to get it and stop it.
When I look around and I'm trying to stay over, so I'm not the one clumping in and stuff. I'm trying to it just looks messy to me, and I'm on the field, so I can't imagine what it's like looking at it from off the field.
One of the Barons' final provincial tune-ups comes Thursday, when the girls play 8 games in the school's annual Sevens tournament. Lance Phillips, Newcap Sports, Lloydminster.
It's that time again as the beef industry is gearing up for its annual conference. Jar Lampel finds out about the early bookings for the summer event in this week's Agriculture Report.
This is the national meeting place of the Canadian beef industry. So once a year, we try to have one conference, the Canadian Beef Industry Conference, where everybody comes together.
After 2 years in Calgary, beef is on the move. This year, the industry will set up corral in London, Ontario to delve into the meaty issues on the table.
Panels that are going to look at ways we can increase the demand for Canadian beef in this country and across the world. So we have some cow-calf people, some processors, and we're also looking at alternative meat sources, how we can deal with those sorts of competition. So we have a lot of interesting speakers coming for the conference.
You can see the extensive marbling of the beautiful Canadian beef, rich in that.
Apart from the panels and breakout sessions, the beef industry always fields a feature commentary.
We have a full program put together for this year's conference. One of our special things will be a keynote speaker, Rex Murphy, that's with the National. He's quite the great commentary, and we'll take a good look at the beef industry in Canada in general.
And then there's the network opportunities with over 600 attendees, including international delegates.
Everyone from primary producers to industry to government, so that we can all network and work on things to improve the beef industry and to get to know each other.
The beef conference is driving demand and getting the right product to consumers as they build loyalty to Canadian beef. Conference dates for the Ontario event are August 13th to the 17th.
And right now is the early bird registration. So there's a discounted registration rate, and it goes from now until the 15th of June.
Gerard Lampau, Newcap News.